capture high quality images of their organs. So, for example, patients who have muscle spasms, switches, things like that. And there's also cognitive tech, which is an artificial intelligence with a wide database of medical knowledge that can serve as an assistant to doctors and provide diagnostic information on demand. So Peru might be struggling right now. I predict in the future that if they continue dealing with new technology the way they are, they can actually improve really fast. Information and research. There's no national health information system, as I said before. Even within the Ministry of Health, there are several fragmented systems. And information is increasingly stored electronically. I listed some databases here that are really popular in Peru right now. So LIPEX collects all published research in Peru. Cielo covers 22 Peruvian scientific journals. And HINAR is actually run by the WHO, but it's decreasing. The major science journals in it are decreasing over time. So it's good for now. Hopefully they'll develop more health databases in the future. And then below that I just have some examples of research organizations in Peru. They're really often funded by NGOs and by universities abroad. And this is what we need, according to my own opinion, but also articles that I read. There needs to be health science librarians, so people who can create and maintain online resources. And there needs to be informatics trainers to improve computer competency. Because as of 2002, 40% of medical students sampled had a lack of proficiency in internet use. And only a few universities have any course like this in their curriculum now for medical students. And I wanted, and the article suggested, expanded EHAS, UPCH, and Amatuata services. And these are basically graduate level programs that offer e-learning, teaching you how to do that. Service delivery, as we said before, it's really, really difficult. There's lots of different types of terrain, things like that. 25% of the population has no health service access at all. Emergency services are really centered in urban areas, and basic checkups can take months to schedule. Actually, going from the Amazon in some areas to the nearest hospital can take 6 to 8 hours, which can be huge in emergency situations. Or even in non-emergency situations, it really deters people from getting health care. In the highest socioeconomic areas, there's a maximum distance of 1.5 kilometers, which is very close. There are hospitals all around. And the lowest, there's a distance of 9 kilometers on average. And 60% of Peruvians without healthcare access are Quechuan. And so discrimination really affects healthcare delivery. And there have been portable medical clinics, which are mobile health clinics. They have administered healthcare to almost 8,000 people at this point and performed like 200 plus ultrasound examinations, things like that. But there's really not enough. And here is where NGOs have stepped in to fill the gap. And I just have a list of really common NGOs in Peru. You might have heard of them. Smile Train is kind of very popular all over in South and Central America. But there's an issue with NGOs taking this place. As we talked about in class before, NGOs have their own agenda. The government doesn't get to set them. Investors get to set them. So they may not actually be addressing the main needs that populations have. Also, the government relies on NGOs, so they may not be developing their own delivery infrastructure as fast as they should. And finally, there have been reports of people waiting for NGOs because they don't trust the government healthcare, and so they just get sicker and sicker and sicker while they're waiting for NGOs to come and treat them. So there's a kind of unhealthy dependence on NGOs at a certain point. So these have been suggested and explored solutions to the healthcare gap. In the areas of Peru that are rural but are closer to Ecuador, which was kind of up here in Peru towards the top, Peruvians actually get free healthcare in Ecuador. So they can cross the border. It's the peri-border healthcare system. And interestingly enough, Ecuadorians cannot get free healthcare in Peru, which the government is really not happy about. But they do get free healthcare in Ecuador, and this helps residents who live and work and travel along the border, and it allows an alternative to home country healthcare inadequacies. Or even if they get the same healthcare in Peru, they might trust the healthcare system in Ecuador better. So this has improved access a lot. And there's rural job incentive programs, as I talked about before with the Ceromistas, mandatory care in rural areas. But also they can get salary increases of 50 to 75%, which is pretty attractive. And they get bonus points for further specialization, and they can get permanent posts faster, and maybe not easier, but definitely faster in rural areas. So that has been the plan so far. So overall, I think the pros of the Peruvian healthcare system, we've seen it's greatly and continuously improving in its healthcare indicators. It might not be at a great point right now, but it's getting better and better and better, and I think that's the most important takeaway. They have a willingness to learn from other healthcare systems, especially ones right around them, Colombia, Ecuador, Argentina. There's no universal healthcare, but there is a desire for it and a steady movement towards it. There's increasing knowledge, research, and investment, and all of these things I think are really promising for the future. The cons, we've still got these wide gaps between different identities that have been true throughout Peruvian history, and the mixed public-private system, whether you support a mixed system or not, it's fragmented and it's too decentralized, and they need to be working together in a much more organized manner. And there have been decades of underinvestment and mistrust in the government, but again, I think that there's an understanding of this by public health officials, by health officials all across the board, and they're really working to improve it. So yeah, that's where the Peruvian healthcare system is at today. Thank you. Yeah.
And you said the main reasons of deaths for children is like congenital anomalies. And I want to ask, do you read anything about it? Like what could be the reason for this?
For high congenital abnormalities?
Yeah.
I didn't read about it. So I couldn't say. My guess would be that in rural areas they have, people have genetic disorders that are getting passed on in rural areas more than they are in urban areas, and because they don't have a lot of exposure to different genetics, that may be part of the issue, but I'm not sure. Yeah.
Interesting, very good presentation, and I really enjoyed. So, in healthcare service delivery, there's always talk of delivering Coca-Cola to the Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm glad that you actually presented Peru. So now, there's this concept or program of the Suramistas.
Mm-hmm.
These are volunteers, right?
They're healthcare workers.
Oh, these are healthcare workers.
They're not volunteers. They're getting paid.
Okay. So is there an integration of the Suramistas with the e-health world, so that they can get more coverage and also improve like physical access to hard to reach areas, which is kind of mountainous, and I mean I've never been to the Amazon, so
Yeah.
I'm just assuming.
Well, it's my understanding that that's the goal, but e-health is so new in Peru that it hasn't really been implemented as of yet. Because so many services, even, they don't have the technological education that they need in order to use those services. And the services are not coordinating, so there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I do know that's definitely a goal, for sure.
Yeah. And also, I mean, so if there's anything that you've read that you didn't get the chance to present, I would really like you to share.
Sure.
No, with access, with the Suramistas and how they function, and e-health particularly.
I'd be happy to send you some.
Thank you.
Yeah, Diego.
I want to say that it was a very nice presentation. I really liked it. I've been in Peru, and the hospital where I was working for, we had a relationship that they were sending patients from Peru to our hospital to be treated over there. And the reason was what you just told us. The opportunity for technology and resources is very low, and they don't have much technology, and that's the reason that they are going to Colombia. And the ones that are going to Ecuador for free are actually indigenous, that they are just by the border and they cross over, and there is a special program for them to be treated in Ecuador. And this is very good because the reason for that is that the same right? Sorry for the word. The group of indigenous people that are in
The tribes, yeah.
are the same as the ones in Ecuador, so they share this relationship, like it's a brotherhood of them. That's the reason that the government helped them in order to be treated in terms of health. And talking about the mortality for infants, and I think, and I have studied that also, is that most of the children that they die is in the delivery moment. Most of them are indigenous, like the women are indigenous, so they are having their babies in very unfair conditions about terms of weather and safety and all this. And this is the factor. And there is a very high rate of hip dysplasia.
Hip dysplasia.
Yeah, hip dysplasia because of the women, the indigenous, they dress their babies with some kind of this how you call the baby for the booty. I don't know how to
Diaper.
describe. Yeah, they put a pants very very tight, and they put their legs in this way in order to just they form like a proper egg, very strong, and they do that in order to protect babies and also to carry them. And they have like a kangaroo, and they put their babies like that, and they go everywhere walking, and also with these we don't have camels, but it's another llama. So they are driving with llamas, and this is a very difficult drive to say in a certain way. So it was very interesting, very complete, and very nice your presentation. I really like it.
Thanks. Well, it's great to hear from someone who's like worked in the system. I have used the Peruvian healthcare system, full disclosure. I used it in Lima, and it was good. I will get to you in 1 second. I just want to add with what Kingdom was saying about Coca-Cola. I think I said it. I just want to make sure that the healthcare system doesn't include traditional indigenous beliefs. It hasn't worked with these tribes because they're, it's really important to their culture, to their identity, to who they are, and what they believe. And in order to get more people to utilize healthcare services, they really should be working with these beliefs that are so important.
Last comment.
It's not a question, it's only a comment. If you have an answer, you can tell me. It's really interesting for me to know how many deliveries are done in hospitals, since you said that almost sometimes 8 hours takes them to get to a hospital.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to know what is the percentage of the home deliveries versus. You don't have to answer that.
No, I know in one of the worst areas by whatever measurement, they said 60% are done outside of hospitals.
Outside.
But that means 40% in the worst areas to be done in hospitals, I think is quite significant. So, and everyone, like 97%